everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss how to take a picture in Second Life and prepare it for a vendor ad. This is a commenter requested video, so I hope that my pointers will help you accomplish this task. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and open up a note card so I can list out some helpful tips to get you started with taking a picture in Second Life. Now, if you are a total noob at camming around your avatar and learning how to use your mouse and orbiting and all this kind of stuff, you're going to really need to practice that because I don't know how to teach that. That's personal practice, and you just have to keep trying it over and over and over again until you get used to it. I promise you that it will get easier the more you practice. So these tips are, I guess, if you're been in Second Life for a few days and you figured out the orbiting and the navigating and the camming process. So what I do to prepare to take my photos in Second Life is, first of all, I want to hide the HUDs on my screen. I wear the same HUDs every single day and I need to keep them on me or I'll never find them in my inventory again. So in order to hide the HUDs, I'm going to press Shift, Alt, and H. And I'll go ahead and write this here. Shift plus Alt plus H. This will hide your HUDs. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm kind of spacey and I've recorded this video 10 times. I'm going to try really hard not to say so and so much. It's going to be hard. So the next thing I want to do is, I'm the type of person that I want to center my model to the screen. I do this every single time I'm taking a vendor ad photo. Actually, even if I'm just taking a photo for her, just like a candid shot, I always put her right in the middle of the screen. So in order to hide the interface to make sure that I have her completely lined up, I'm going to press Ctrl Alt and F1. That completely hides the interface. Everything, as you can see, everything came off. The top, the bottom, the note card, gone. It is still there, it's just hidden. So in order to bring all that stuff back, now that I see that she's perfectly lined up here at the top and in the center of the screen, I can press it again. Control plus Alt plus F1 will hide interface. So the next thing I want to do now that I have her lined to the screen is I want to check some options in the advanced menu, which I just hid, but I think it's Ctrl Alt D. Yes, Ctrl Alt D. Control plus Alt plus D as in dog will bring up the advanced menu. And inside the advanced menu, there's a couple things that I think you should have checked. You should have a check next to high resolution snapshot and a check next to quiet snapshots. High res snapshot will just optimize your picture taking to where it is the highest quality. There's no pixelation, so I feel that that should be set. Also, quiet snapshots just makes it to where whenever you take a picture, it doesn't go click and your avatar does that whole like automatic cheesing thing. You don't want that. That's surefire that you're a noob. Also, if you are somewhere taking pictures, like if you go out and on like land, somebody else's land that's like scenic and stuff like that, you don't want people knowing that you're taking pictures. Make sure you do the quiet snapshots. So that is that. So let me just write this down. Quiet snapshots needs to be checked, and also high res What is it? Snapshots? Did it say snapshots? High-res snapshots? High-res snapshot, yeah. Okay, have both of those checked. So now, basically, I'm ready to take the picture. Now, for personally my vendor ads, I do turn on shadows, but this time I'm not going to do that for the sake of the tutorial. Just going to leave it regular. If you are wondering about the wind lights that I use, I do, right now, I'm like totally crushing on Satomi's wind lights from Fox City. I will leave a link to where you can download her wind lights in the description box below. But right now those are my favorite, and I'm using one right now on this tutorial. So if you're wondering also, let me just cam out here. I'm just in front of a prim on top of my house. Pretty simple. I don't have a really special setup or anything that I use to take pictures. I'm a pretty lazy, simple person these days. Okay, so next thing is I'm going to go ahead and click the... Oh, no, I'm not. Wait a minute. We forgot a step. Whenever I'm taking a picture, I always want to zoom up a little bit closer to my avatar. So what I'm going to do in order to do that, now that I'm happy with how I have her centered and I'm happy with, you know, how it looks at the top and at the bottom, I'm going to press Ctrl plus 0 a couple of times to zoom into my avatar. I'll do it for the sake of this video a couple more times so you can kind of see what it does. There. That is as close as I can go. And if I press Control 9, it will reset all the way back. So let me go back in to about there. That's good for me. So I'm going to recenter her back into my screen again. So let me just pull out about right there. I feel like that's pretty proportionate. We've got her all centered. She looks good up here, looks good down here. My main focus for this tutorial is just to take a good picture of her face. That's what I want. So I'm going to turn off voice in Secondlife so her lips stop moving. And I'm going to go ahead and take the picture by pressing the snapshot camera icon at the bottom. Now my settings might be different from yours, but I always take my pictures custom at 3,999 pixels wide with a height of 2,352. I do have a check in constrained proportions, and I'm taking it in the format of a PNG. Now I have recorded this several times, so I do have other pictures here, but this one looks good to me. So that's basically what I do with taking pictures in Secondlife. Very simple. You can go in far more detail, set up lights, have an actual decor and background and do all kinds of stuff, or go somewhere and take a picture. You can get as far in depth into the photography as you want to. But for me, I just keep it very, very simple and just do these steps that I've shown you. So next I'm just going to go into Photoshop. Now, this is also something that is total personal preference. I create my vendor ads at 1024 by 1024 square. You can make them rectangle, you can make them square or rectangle, and then maybe do like a rounded square and then make it transparent, so it would be a rounded square, a rounded rectangle, whatever you want style of logo. But for me, I just keep it on the simple side and go ahead and just do the square logo. So the things that I'm going to tell you as far as tips to creating a vendor ad for Secondlife are just pointers. In no way, shape, or form do you have to do any of these things. The only thing that I would definitely recommend that you do, and this is just for marketing repetition's sake, is whenever you're creating your vendor ad, if you only have the clear screenshot of your product that you're selling, at least have your logo on there as well. If you don't put anything else on your vendor ad, have the photo and your logo. This is just so customers can associate your logo with your product all the time. They will start to remember your logo. They will look for your logo. So I feel like it's very important for you to have both of them on there, even if you don't put any of the rest of the stuff that I'm going to suggest to you. So let's start the list. Very important, just like I said, have your logo on the vendor. Something else that people put often is the permissions of the product. The product name, a short description of the product, the price of the product, and price of the product. I'll just stop there for now. Okay, so let's go back over here. I'm going to pull this out and just drag and drop. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to say we're going to be selling the shape. That's what this vendor ad is going to be for. Since I definitely did not make the skin and I didn't make the makeup or the piercings or anything that I'm wearing, it is my shape. So for the sake of this, that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to open... I gotta go find my logo. Let's go find my logo real quick here while I'm on the other screen. Here it is. So I'm going to drag and drop this on here, make it a little bit smaller. I would recommend also, let's see, I'm going to make this white instead. I think it's important for you to put your logo somewhere where it is easily seen. So I wouldn't want to put it up here or down here because I feel like it gets lost in my avatar. If this was going to be my vendor ad, I would choose the left top or the left bottom for the logo placement. Currently, my vendor ads have it at the bottom left corner, so I'll go ahead and just leave it there. And next we are going to put somewhere on here in very big letters what we are selling, the product's name. I'm going to put Toxxic shape. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because something else that I think is very important when you're making your vendor ad, your text should be totally legible. I think that if your customer is walking from the outside and they see your vendors on maybe like the first wall, they should be able to make out what it says from very far away. Just so the rendering and all that kind of stuff, as they're getting closer, it'll all, tie in and make more sense as everything starts to load inside your store. I also suggest that you use a font that you can actually read. Fonts that are too curly or too thin or Old English or too scripty, don't use those kind of fonts on your vendor ad. Use completely, you can use sans serif, serif fonts, that doesn't matter, but just make sure it's a font that you can read easily. Otherwise, I feel like you're just setting yourself up for a lot of questions. Okay, so I would also recommend if you have a vendor that is light in color, I feel like your text should be probably dark, definitely darker than what the background is, and if it's a dark background, then your text should be light, vice versa. Dark background, light text, light background, dark text. Does that make sense? In this instance, I'm going to keep it within like the same color schemes that I'm using on the ad. So we've got pinks in this ad, purple in this ad. I'm going to kind of make the text, nope, see how it's getting lost right here? That's not a good color. Not a good color to use at all. Yep, still not a good color. I think white is going to be the best to use. Or I can even go probably a dark purple. a darker purple than what I'm using. Kind of. I feel like it gets a little bit lost right here, so could even change the tone of this maybe more this way. I don't like that either. I think I like white the best. Whoops, I lost it. In my opinion, I also think that everything should just kind of flow on your vendor ad. I don't think you should use crazy colors or for like the text, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it would be a good idea to do for the color scheme that we have right now. Red? No, that doesn't look good. Even if we use like aqua, no, it doesn't flow right. See what I'm saying? So I would keep it all within the same color spectrum that you're already using, just so it aesthetically, it just looks nice and flows better. So I'm just going to put that about right there. I'm going to do something also with the background just to kind of separate this from our product ad, from our actual product picture in just a second. So when we go back to our list here, we've got permissions and short description. So generally for shapes, they sell the shape and the style card. So I'm just going to type that in there. And we're going to make this smaller. And just kind of put that right here. Right there. And for the permissions on this, generally shapes are copy, modify, but they're no transfer. So we're just going to write that right there. And this information can be somewhere where it's clearly seen, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like on the title or around the title. It could be anywhere. You could even put it down here, up here. You could flip it over. I see a lot of people putting their permissions, whoops, like this. And sometimes in a different font too. They put their permissions like on the side or on the side up here. Something like that. We could even leave that right here. You can even go as far as, I remember people used to do this style also. I don't really see people use permissions as much as I used to unless it's gotcha items or decor still gets permissions set on the vendor ad. But as far as clothes and shoes, any kind of apparel, I don't really see it used that much anymore. Or houses, not really a common thing to see in Secondlife. But what they used to do is they would do the little boxes just like this, and they would put CMT. You could do this also. CMT. I remember they also would change this green for green for go, and green for go, and then no transfer would be in red because that's a no. That's like a red light. No, stop. So you could even do this. Place these somewhere where you can see them. I'd probably take it down a bit. About like that. You could even get a little fancy and put layer styles on this stuff, you know. Just don't make it to where you don't understand what this is anymore, you know. It could go about like that. So that's an example of the permissions. You could put permissions here or really anywhere on your ad. I'm going to take this version off and just leave us with this version up here. So that's really basically it. That's a very basic vendor ad. Now, you can go in and be all kinds of fancy with this. You could put polka dots or whatever over here, hearts, whatever in your blank space, or whatever you want to use for your blank space. up here if that kind of area drives you crazy. It probably would for me. I'd probably find something to go there. But for the sake of this video, I just want to show you a couple more things that could actually spruce this up just a little bit. If this was too plain for you, you could always go in and enter in and place an inner glow, just like that. That would be perfectly good. Vendor, it's cute. You could go in and do some kind of like styling to this text a little bit here. Like, play around with some of the styles and stuff that you have automatically set into Photoshop. You know, all that kind of stuff. You could do that. You could put a gradient on it. You could also do like an inner glow, but do like shadow instead. Inner shadow instead of the glow. So it'd be like that visionette. Is that how you say it? Visionette type look. Like that. Or you could even just be pretty plain Jane and just do a stroke / border. You could make it like the color purple to where it's only visible on this side. That looks kind of cool. Or you could set it white. There you go. You could do pink to just kind of match. Or you could even do black if you wanted to. I think I kind of like it just like that. That's different looking. Where you can't see it on this side, but you can totally see it on this side. So what I was going to show you also, to kind of make this look a little cooler right here. Then I'll just bring this up real quick. I'm going to take the marquee tool and I'm just going to take a chunk and I'm going to press Ctrl J to copy it. And I'm going to come up here to blur, motion blur, and I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit, just to make it kind of different. So you see, you can still read it. Actually, you can read it a little bit better, but it just looks like a little bit of a disturbance right there. Let's see what happens if we throw something on it. Like that. Kind of bring it down, bring it out. See, you just did something a little bit different here to kind of not make it so plain Jane. I'm going to go back to this again. I'm going to do like about like here. Change this color. Pink. Could even, yeah. I feel like Bob Ross now. I'm just like, oh, that's so pretty. But there you go. You get what I'm trying to say. That went from super plain
to super awesome.
Oh my god. To super plain vendor ad to having a little bit more of a kick to it. And like I said before, if you wanted to do even, I don't know, if you're not girly, if you're a guy and you're watching this video, I'm sorry, but you're watching a girl's video, so you're gonna get girly shit. Let's just pick something here. I said I'm not allowed to say anymore. You guys gotta help me. Is stuck in my vocabulary. I said it so much in the last recording of this video that I just completely freaked out and deleted the video. Not okay, man. Not okay. So there we go. Oops, I didn't have to do that. What I would do from here, because obviously we don't need that all over our face, so I would just delete it. Wherever it shows up on my avatar that I don't want, you can just delete it. Here's the beauty of your ad. Do it however you want to do it. This is an expression of you. It's an expression of, this is how you see your product. You want to make it pleasing to the customer because you want them to buy it. but you really have the freedom to do whatever you want design-wise. And I'm totally aware that not everybody watching this channel is 20 years experience in Photoshop like I am. So I just encourage you to keep playing around with the program. If you don't have Photoshop or you have GIMP or something like that, I believe you can achieve the same goals in GIMP or some of these other photo editing type programs. It just takes a lot of practice. Things that I do quite often is I am a member of Pinterest. I go on Pinterest all the time and I type in design packaging, design ideas, graphic design packaging, graphic design ads, and I look at stuff all the time trying to find out new ways to put a spin on advertising. So maybe that would be something you might be interested in doing. It might help you come up with ideas on how to take pictures of your products, because you could even do product packaging and look how real life companies display their products in ads or photo shoots. That kind of stuff really helps with Second Life. So I would definitely suggest doing that. Before I go here, I would like to tell you, let me look and make sure I have time for this. I do! This is a shorter video. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of self-promotion here. If you don't have a logo for your store, I'm a graphic designer and I do accept custom logo work in Second Life. I also accept many other services in Second Life, like logos, of course, 2D, 3D, and remastering. I do event graphics, logo flyers, and posters, store graphics like vendor ads, HUDs, promotional and product labels, watermarking such as Photoshop brushes. I can also take print graphics for real life, flyers, business cards, stationery, and posters. I can also recommend places to get it printed and sent to you in real life. I can do Second Life wedding invitations, baby showers, birthdays, graduations, whatever you have going on. I can do web and social media graphics, banners and icons, blog banners, graphics and icons. I can also provide video production and editing in both real life and in Second Life, which in Second Life it's called machinima. So we can do commercials, shooting, editing, anything you might be interested in. We can also do 3D modeling and texturing like mesh logos and applications for tablets, phones, computers, either in Second Life or in real life. Actually, all of this can apply to both. So I just want to put that out there. If you ever would like to get custom work done for your store, if you don't have time to do that kind of stuff or you're really not interested in learning, I am a person that you can turn around to and order custom design from. I will leave all of my information in the description box below, along with a list of the shortcuts that I used inside my video. And I will just take a scroll here and be quiet. You've probably seen my work in Second Life before and just didn't know that that company didn't do it themselves. I've been working a really long time in Second Life as a graphic designer. I'm a graphic designer in real life and just brought my skill to Second Life. So I invite you to come by my website, follow me on social media. Yeah. If you like what I do on this channel and you think I'm an okay person, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you would like to enroll yourself in notifications on when I go live or when I upload a new video, make sure you hit the bell button and that will enroll you into that list to receive notifications. Thank you to the commenter that requested this video. I hope that it helped you a lot. If not, let me know. I'll re-record. I ain't gonna re-record tonight. We're done. I don't care how many times I said so, and we're finished with this shit. We're done. we're breaking up. No, I'm just kidding. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.